Every choice you make today is quietly shaping the life you will live tomorrow. Are you ready to take control? Let me ask you something honestly. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow? How many times have you delayed a decision thinking it won't really matter? But here's the truth most people ignore. Your future is not being built someday. It is being built right now, in this very moment, by the decisions you are making today. Every single choice you make, no matter how small it seems, is shaping the direction of your life. The decision to wake up early or hit snooze, the decision to work on your goals or scroll endlessly, the decision to stay disciplined or give in to comfort. These are not just random actions. They are votes. Votes for the person you are becoming. And the scary part is, most people don't even realize they are voting. They think success or failure is some big event that happens in the future. But it's not. It's a collection of daily decisions stacking up quietly day after day, until one day you wake up and realize you are either living the life you wanted or the life you settled for. You don't suddenly become successful. You don't suddenly become confident. You don't suddenly build a powerful future. It all starts with small, intentional decisions made when no one is watching, when it's just you, your thoughts, and your choices. Think about it. If you keep choosing comfort today, what will your life look like in 1 year? If you keep avoiding your responsibilities, where will that lead you? And on the other side, if you start choosing discipline today, even in the smallest ways, how different could your future become? Your life is not controlled by luck. It is controlled by decisions. And the most powerful thing about that is you are in control. You may not be able to change your past. You may not be able to control everything around you, but you can control what you do today. And that is more than enough to change everything. Most people wait for motivation. They wait to feel ready. But the truth is, your future doesn't care about your feelings. It responds to your actions. Whether you feel like it or not, every decision you make is either moving you forward or holding you back. So stop underestimating today. Stop thinking this moment is small. This moment is everything. Because the person you will be tomorrow is being created by the decisions you are making right now. Make them count. Let's talk about something. Most people completely underestimate the power of small actions. You see, we all dream of big results. We want success, recognition, wealth, happiness. But what most people fail to understand is that those big outcomes don't appear out of nowhere. They are the result of tiny, repeated actions that most people ignore. It's the small habits, the tiny decisions, the consistent steps taken day after day that create massive, life-changing outcomes. Think about it. Drinking a glass of water instead of soda. Reading just one page of a book. Spending 10 minutes planning your day. These things feel insignificant at the moment. You might even think, what difference does it make? But it does. Every small choice is like a seed planted in your life. And while you might not see the fruit today, in time it will grow, multiply, and eventually create results that feel almost impossible. Consistency is the key. One action alone won't transform your life, but one action repeated consistently, that is unstoppable. It compounds, building momentum, reshaping your habits, and ultimately, transforming who you are and what you can achieve. Most people give up too soon because they expect immediate results. They forget that success is not built in a day. It is built one small, consistent step at a time. The secret is to start with what you can control. You don't need to change everything at once. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Focus on the small actions you can take today and repeat them tomorrow and the next day. Over time, these actions will stack up like bricks, building a foundation so strong that nothing can knock it down. The biggest successes in life are rarely the result of luck or sudden breakthroughs. They are the outcome of small, purposeful choices made consistently over time. And it's not just about actions, it's about mindset. When you start taking small, positive steps consistently, you begin to see yourself differently. You start to believe in your ability to make change. You start to see progress, and that progress fuels motivation. It becomes a self-reinforcing cycle. Small action leads to small wins. Small wins build confidence. Confidence leads to bigger actions. And bigger actions create massive results. So never underestimate the tiny things you do every day. The small habits, the little decisions, the consistent actions. They are far more powerful than you realize. The future you dream of is being built, not by one big leap, but by the small steps you take right now. Remember, greatness is not born in a moment. It is grown in the small, persistent actions that most people overlook. Time is the most precious resource you have, and yet, most people treat it as if it's unlimited. We waste hours scrolling through our phones, binge-watching shows, or putting off important decisions, thinking that tomorrow will be better, thinking that there will always be more time. But here's the reality. Time doesn't wait for anyone. It doesn't pause when you feel unready. It doesn't slow down when you're procrastinating. And it certainly doesn't reset when you make excuses. Every second that passes is a second that will never return. And every second you waste is shaping a future you may regret. Most people fail to understand that delaying action is essentially delaying success. When you say, "I'll start next week," or "I'll begin tomorrow," what you're really doing is pushing your future away from you. Every moment you hesitate is a moment lost, a chance for growth, learning, and progress slipping through your fingers. Time moves relentlessly, and it doesn't care about whether you're prepared or motivated. What you do today right now is what will define your tomorrow. Think about it this way. A single hour spent wisely today can have a far greater impact on your future than a week of rushed effort later. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about doing the right things consistently, investing your time in learning and building habits, and taking action toward your goals. These are the choices that compound over weeks, months, and years. They create a momentum that carries you forward, while wasted time creates regret that can feel impossible to escape. And yet most people are blind to this truth. They think they have endless time to fix their mistakes, to start pursuing their dreams, to take control of their life. But the clock is ticking second by second. The truth is, the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to catch up. Opportunities don't wait. Moments don't pause. Time is the silent architect of your future, constructing your success or your failure based on how you spend every single day. That's why urgency matters. Not stress, not panic, but a sense of conscious awareness that time is moving. And your actions today will determine everything. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop hoping for the ideal conditions. Start now with what you have where you are. Every hour, every choice, every effort counts. Your future is being written in real time and the pen is in your hands. You can't reclaim yesterday, and you can't predict tomorrow, but you can act today. Each small, deliberate choice adds up, building a life of accomplishment, growth, and fulfillment, or, if ignored, a life of regret. The moment to act is now because time waits for no one. And your future is being created by what you do today. Your habits are the invisible blueprint of your future. Every single action you repeat, every routine you follow, every small choice you make consistently is shaping the person you are becoming. Most people don't realize it, but your daily habits are silently constructing your life, whether you like it or not. If you wake up late, procrastinate, and scroll through endless distractions, that pattern becomes who you are. Conversely, if you wake up early, focus on growth, and invest in yourself daily, that too becomes your identity. Habits aren't just behaviors. They are the building blocks of your future. Think about it for a moment. Every morning, the small choices you make set the tone for the entire day. Will you take 5 minutes to plan your day or rush into it aimlessly? Will you choose to nourish your body and mind or give in to temporary comfort? Will you face your challenges with discipline, or will you look for excuses to avoid them? These small, repeated decisions are what compound over time, creating success, failure, growth, or stagnation. Most people underestimate the power of habits because they focus only on the outcome. They want immediate results, big transformations, and instant gratification. But real change doesn't happen in dramatic leaps. It happens quietly, one step at a time. Your habits may feel insignificant at first, but over weeks and months, they become unstoppable forces shaping your reality. Good habits build momentum. Bad habits erode it. The question is, which direction are your habits taking you? Habits also define your identity. When you repeat positive actions consistently, you begin to see yourself differently. You become the kind of person who acts with purpose, who doesn't wait for motivation, who knows that effort compounds into achievement. When you repeat negative actions, that too shapes your identity, creating patterns that are harder and harder to break over time. Your habits are silently declaring, "This is who I am," long before your words or intentions ever do. The power of habits lies in their consistency. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. You don't need to make huge, unsustainable changes. What matters is the repeated small choices, the daily actions that build your momentum, shape your mindset, and define your discipline. Over time, these habits create an environment where success is natural and failure becomes less likely. And here's the key truth. If you want a different future, you must intentionally design your habits today. Don't leave your life to chance. Don't rely on motivation or luck. Choose the habits that align with the person you want to become. Feed your mind with knowledge, strengthen your body with discipline, and focus your actions on growth. Your future self is watching. Every small habit you cultivate today becomes the foundation of your success tomorrow. Build wisely because your habits are creating the life you will live. Excuses are the silent killers of dreams. They creep in quietly, disguised as reasons, as explanations, as justifications for why you can't act, why you can't start, why you can't pursue the life you want. Every time you say, "I don't have time," "I'm too tired," or "I'll do it later," you're giving power to excuses instead of to yourself. The truth is, excuses are not protecting you, they are holding you back. They are the walls between who you are today and who you could become tomorrow. Most people live their lives waiting for perfect conditions. They wait for motivation, for the right moment, for circumstances to align. But life rarely works that way. Waiting only prolongs your struggle, keeps you in the same place, and allows others who take action to surpass you. Excuses feel safe because they shift responsibility away from you. They make you comfortable in the short term, but in the long term they steal your growth, your opportunities, and your future. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is simple: action. People who create extraordinary lives don't wait for perfect conditions. They take responsibility for their choices and start where they are, with what they have. Every time you overcome an excuse and take action, you're sending a message to yourself: I am capable, I am in control, I choose progress over comfort. Each small victory over excuses builds momentum, shapes your mindset, and moves you closer to the future you desire. Excuses also feed procrastination. They convince you that your goals are distant, that you have plenty of time, that success can wait. But every moment spent justifying inaction is a moment lost forever. Time moves forward, opportunities slip away, and the gap between your dreams and your reality widens. To break free from excuses, you must recognize them for what they are: illusions that make you feel safe but keep you trapped. The power lies in taking responsibility. You must face the uncomfortable truth that your life is the result of your choices, not your circumstances. You cannot control everything, but you can control what you do next. Choosing action over excuses, even when it's hard, even when it feels inconvenient, is the only way to move forward. Every great achievement, every success story, begins with someone saying no to excuses and yes to action. Excuses will always be there, they are part of human nature. But you are stronger than them. You are capable of breaking the patterns that hold you back. Start small, take one step today, and refuse to let excuses dictate your life. Each time you overcome them, you gain power, confidence, and momentum. Your potential is limitless, but only if you stop letting excuses steal your power. Take responsibility, take action, and create the future you deserve. There is no perfect time to start. Most people wait for the right moment, the day when everything feels aligned, when motivation is high, when circumstances seem ideal. But the truth is that perfect moment rarely comes. Life doesn't wait for you to feel ready. Opportunities don't pause until you have everything figured out. The power of transformation lies in starting now, with what you have, where you are. The moment you take action is the moment you take control of your future. Starting now doesn't mean you have to have a complete plan. It doesn't mean you must be fully prepared or know exactly how everything will unfold. It simply means taking one step in the direction of your goals, no matter how small. That step, repeated consistently, compounds into momentum. It creates clarity, it builds confidence, and it begins the process of change. Waiting for perfection only leads to stagnation. Action, even imperfect action, creates results. Think about the people who achieve great things in life. They are not the ones who waited for ideal circumstances. They are the ones who took risks, faced uncertainty, and started before they were ready. Every expert, every leader, every successful person began by taking a single action. Often small and hesitant, but decisive nonetheless. That first step is the spark that ignites the chain of progress. Without it, potential remains just potential, trapped in the world of what could have been. Starting now also shifts your mindset. When you act, you stop overthinking and start learning. Action creates feedback. Action creates growth. Every time you move forward, you gain insight, experience, and confidence. The perfect time will never exist. But each step you take today brings you closer to mastery, to achievement, to the life you envision. Waiting only delays your growth and gives power to fear, doubt, and procrastination. Even small beginnings matter. Writing one paragraph, making one phone call, dedicating 5 minutes to learning, or exercising for 10 minutes, these small actions, repeated consistently, define the trajectory of your life. What may seem insignificant now is actually laying the foundation for your future. Momentum starts small, but it builds fast. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to start. The sooner you begin, the sooner you create results. So stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop searching for the perfect moment, because it doesn't exist. The only moment you have is now, and it is enough. Take action, take that first step, and trust that momentum will carry you forward. Your future is being created by what you do today, And the most powerful time to start is this very moment. Imagine the person you will become 5, 10, or 20 years from now. Picture that future version of yourself, the one who has achieved their goals, who lives with purpose, who wakes up each day feeling proud and fulfilled. Now realize this, that future you is not a distant dream. That future you is being shaped by the choices you make right now in this very moment. Every action, every habit, every decision you take today is either helping that future self grow stronger or holding them back. Too many people live as if their future is someone else's responsibility, as if life just happens and success or failure will arrive on its own. But the truth is, your future self is silently watching every move you make. When you choose to procrastinate, skip your goals, or settle for comfort, that future version of you feels the impact. Every missed opportunity, every excuse, every delayed action adds up, shaping a life that may not align with your dreams. On the other hand, when you act with intention, when you invest in growth, when you make even small, consistent efforts, you are gifting your future self strength, confidence, and momentum. Think about it like a bank account. Every positive action is a deposit into your future. Every negative action or missed opportunity is a withdrawal. Over time, the balance grows or shrinks depending on your choices today. The amazing thing is, you have complete control over the deposits. You decide what your future self receives. You decide whether they wake up proud of the life you've built or full of regret for the time you wasted. It's not just about big decisions either. Future you is influenced by the small, repeated actions, the tiny habits that seem inconsequential in the moment. Reading for 30 minutes, exercising, practicing discipline, showing kindness, learning a new skill, or even simply waking up early. These actions compound over time. They create momentum, shape your mindset, and prepare you to handle bigger challenges with confidence. Your future self depends on these consistent choices more than dramatic, one-time efforts. And here's the critical truth: the earlier you start, the stronger your future becomes. Waiting, hesitating, or doubting only delays the results and makes the journey harder. Every moment you act with purpose, you are investing in the person you will become. Every moment you waste, you are leaving that future version weaker, less prepared, and frustrated. So make your choices today with intention. Ask yourself, will this decision make my future self proud? If the answer is yes, act without hesitation. If the answer is no, change direction immediately. Every step matters, and every choice is a message to the person you are becoming. Your future self is watching, and they are depending on you. Make them proud. Your future is waiting, and it is built by the actions you take right now. So start today, because no one else will do it for you.